Digital Romance TV.
Hi folks, it's Michael Fiore and Nora Blake from digitalromance.tv. By the way, your hair looks wonderful.
Thank you.
That's good. Hey, Nora, can you change a man for being selfish in the bedroom? Can you personally?
I don't like a project in the bedroom.
But what if you're with somebody who, like, you know, you get together with them, the sex is good. I mean, oftentimes, actually, the first couple times people are having sex with somebody, a selfish lover can actually be kind of hot in its own way. Because they are, depending on how it kind of manifests.
I think that perhaps it might be kind of hot for a man.
Well, no, but I've seen studies before that talk about how actually, like, you know, sometimes selfish lovers are actually, quote unquote, better in bed in some way, as opposed to the person who is just like, I think maybe that's in contrast to the people who are like, well, does this feel good? Who's like overly concerned with your pleasure?
Yeah.
Who's only concerned with your
Yeah.
pleasure? Or who, like, a guy who is just like his only motive is like he really wants to make sure that you get off as hard as humanly possible, can actually be really awful at that point, right?
Yeah.
Because women, just like men, like knowing that the person they're with is enjoying themselves.
So the best is when somebody. So I don't feel like somebody who's actually selfish is engaged.
No, they're usually
in a human
want.
interaction, right?
Yeah.
You become like their way of masturbating with another human. There,
This is what it's almost like American Psycho or something.
Right.
Like that, right?
So no, I don't think that if that's what he does and that's where he plugs in and like connects with sex, that you're going to be able to change him.
Not without a lot of deep psychological work at that point.
If it's the other thing that you're talking about, which is we're still like we're feeling each other out, but it's hot, it's passionate, it's going fast, and it's a really quick, like there's always that give and take and you know, checking out and making sure the other person, if there isn't, I'm not going back again. No. Like I'm not going to sleep with somebody who is just.
But what if you're with what if you're in a committed relationship with somebody who is a selfish?
I don't know why you would get involved.
But no,
with
people do. I mean, whether it's they get married to people who and they're like, the sex, this guy's just selfish. Maybe it was arranged marriage. Maybe they just fell into it for some reason. People make these decisions and they end up with somebody who is selfish in bed. Is there a way, in your opinion, to alter that?
No.
Okay, I would say it's difficult. And you're not going to get them to want to alter it is the main thing. Because oftentimes people will write in and they'll say, how do I make him want what I want him to want?
Yep.
And you can't do it.
No.
Just like as a guy, you can't make a woman want to, you know, have a threesome if she doesn't want to or anything like that. It isn't going to happen. If she's not into that kind of thing, she's probably not into that kind of thing. But for a selfish lover, what you can do is you can, I don't want to say like bargaining or anything like that, but through conversation you can say, listen, if you want what you want, I want what I want too.
My guess is, though, that most men are selfish in a very contained and unaware way.
Oftentimes, yeah.
So just striking up that conversation is not going to go well.
Well, a lot of men are non-sensual and aren't even really sexual, right? Because a lot of men, they really do seem to believe that their sexuality begins and ends at their penis, right? And that, you know, a lot of men will even get freaked out if a girl even like touches his nipples or something like that. It's like, oh my God, what's going on? That's not what I'm used to. And that selfishness it almost comes from a place of fear at that point and a lack of understanding of the fact there's a lot more to explore as a guy, right? This whole idea that men can have like.
But again, I don't think that you can easily even if you're especially if you're in a relationship and this is the pattern and this is what you've had, because it takes a certain amount of confrontation about all of that with a conversation with that person.
And that's somebody who's aware enough to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So really the only way you could pull that off is
maybe in therapy together,
maybe
like in couples therapy.
And he has to actually he has to want to.
Yep.
Right? He has to want to. He has to
There
understand.
has to be something on the line for him to understand that he has to make a change in order for.
And he has to see it as a reward too. He has to see that there is a positive to this.
Yeah.
He has to see that, hey, listen, if you do this, you're going to get something out of it, whatever that's going to be at that point. Maybe it'll be a fantasy that he's always had that he can finally get fulfilled in some way. Maybe it's something else.
Maybe it means that you're not going to leave him.
Maybe it means you're not going to leave him at that point,
I mean, because nobody can do that forever.
But the difference is you're not going to make him want to. Just like you can't make a guy want to spend the weekend looking for couches or anything like that. You can get him to go look for couches all weekend with you and not even complain about it. Right? That's possible, but you're not going to change what's in here, which is that he'd rather be at home playing Halo or something like that.
Absolutely.
Right? So you're not going to change the fact that what he wants, you know, what we want sexually is really pretty well established. Man, I mean, most men particularly, I mean, women are more flexible in their sexuality than men are in general. For men, we tend to get imprinted on what we want or what gets us hot when we're really young, actually. I don't know the exact age, but it's really quite young. You know, guys who have medical fetishes, who have anything else like that, it gets imprinted at quite a young age, and it's hard to change. And what you need to do is find a way to integrate his particular kinks or desires into what you want as well. If you want the soft, you know, connected, soft focus, oxytocin sex, that's fine, but you're gonna have to find a way, fantasy-wise, for him to be able to put that into the same box that he has his thing in, right? So that's a long, complicated answer that basically says, no, you can't make him less selfish, but you can't make him less selfish, but you can find ways to make him act like he is less selfish.
Maybe.
Maybe. Not in all cases, but in some cases. So hopefully that answers your question, and go ahead and leave a comment down below, and then go to digitalromance.tv. Bye-bye.
Did you know there's a 3-step formula to make a guy fall desperately in love with you? Go to digitalromance.tv/CHH to learn a simple method any woman can use to capture a man's heart and make him love you forever. Again, that link is digitalromance.tv/CHH.